What's going on, guys? This is Restless Corpse from VirtualBromance. This is day 37 of the 365 games. And in day 37, I'm playing FTL, Faster Than Light. This game is really fucking cool. I'm a big fan of the game, but it's really fucking hard, too. And that, you know, maybe it's just because I don't know a whole shit ton of the tricks or anything like that, but it is really, really tough. What I think is really cool about the game is you can be doing really well. Like, you could have a whole bunch of crew members and have them all positioned perfectly, and you know, they're all doing what they're supposed to do, and you could be steamrolling over these other ships, and then one thing can go wrong and completely ruin everything. You could get like a lucky shot that hits your door controls and also starts a fire. Then then you've got to redirect your dudes over there to put out the fire, because you can't. The easiest way to get rid of a fire is to open all the doors and open the doors in a pathway to the outside and vent all the oxygen. But if your door controls are stuck or broken, you can't do that. So you got to get guys in there with fire extinguishers, and they're taking damage while they're putting out a fire. So you got to rotate them out into the med bay, and all the while this ship is shooting at you. So you've also got to make sure that you keep up on the. I mean, you could put auto fire, but make sure that you keep up on what's going on. If during that fight they take out your weapon systems, and you got to throw a guy over there and have him repairing it. I like to keep a guy in the cockpit, the engine room, the shield room, and the weapons room. If I've got 4 people, if I've only got 3, then I take the guy at the engine. But it's just so that I have like the best amount of like dodge and people manning the weapons so that it goes a little faster, and the shields so that they can keep up on the shields. But this game, man, it's such a great game. It's so tough. When you die, it's over, which I think is really cool. It means it's a relatively short game, but there is a lot of replay value in the fact that there's a lot of places to explore, and it's random. Each time you play it, each sector is laid out randomly. You can unlock more ships for doing certain things. I've only unlocked one other ship that I wasn't using in this video. This is the starter ship. I've only unlocked one other ship. Some of the things you have to do to unlock the ships seem kind of ridiculously hard just for me, because I haven't been playing the game all that much. I did buy it a long time ago when it first came out, though, and I played it a bunch then. But that's how I unlocked the other ship. But it's been a while since I played it, but I wanted to play it for today's video. Because it is a really good video. I want to show people, I'm sure that most people have already seen and or played the game, but if you haven't, you really should check it out. It's an amazing game. When things are going well, like I said, it makes you feel like a badass. It makes you feel like, you're really a captain of this ship, and you're sending your crew out to do your thing, or to do their things, and things are going really well. But like I said, like one thing that happens can ruin your day. Like if you get boarded by a bunch of enemies, and maybe you don't have enough people to fight them off, or you've got something that's broken that you absolutely need fixed, so you can't use that person to help fight off the other crew. Now you can vent the oxygen just like the fire to kill the boarders, but it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes they're sometimes they're in a room with your guys and they're fighting, so you can't, from what I hear, it's best to fight them in the med bay, because the med bay heals you but not them. So I suppose that's pretty cool, but they don't necessarily chase your guys. I mean, they'll sit there breaking all your shit all the way up to the med bay, so that's kind of a problem. I would really like to get to the end of the game, but it just hasn't happened yet. I've gotten like maybe 3 sectors in, possibly 4, I don't know, before all hell breaks loose. I mean, I think that the difficulty curve from the beginning to a couple sectors in it ramps up really high, and what makes the game tough is that you're essentially timed. It's not like a timer time, it's turns, but you're outrunning this rebel fleet that is, I guess you stole. See, as you can see right there, it says warning, and half the map was covered in this stuff, and that's the rebel fleet like pushing forward. So what you're trying to do is outrun them. So you can't go to every area, and you can't, you know, explore every area and do every quest, because these guys will catch up to you. And while if you're in that area that says warning, every time you jump to a different spot, there's going to be a rebel ship there to fight, and they're not easy. I mean, they're tough ships. It's an incentive to stay ahead of that fleet, and so that keeps you pushing forward. So the problem that I've had so far is I'm pushing forward to stay ahead of them, but the enemies are getting harder and harder, and I'm not earning enough scrap to level up my ship to keep up with it. And I just need to, you know, figure out what's going on with that. So if anybody's got any tips or tricks, you can leave those in the comments for me. That'd be fucking fantastic. I like the fact that there's a bunch of different races that you can have in your crew, and you know, you can pick up crewmen out in the field. I think you can buy them in the shop, or like hire them. Sorry, you can get slaves. Like I'm one of the guys that I'm gonna get. I'm not sure if the video will get that far, but I ended up with 5 crew members in this run through, and one of them was like a bribe to me to let this slaver go, and I was like, fuck it, I'll take it, whatever. But you can get a whole bunch of these different races, and each race has like something that they're good at. One of them is a better pilot, or one race is really great at gunning and stuff like that. And it might not be race, it might be actual character, like maybe it's random. I'm not real sure, but I know that having a bunch of different people on your crew that all have different skills, you can put them where they need to go, and it actually makes the game run a little smoother. But I just haven't been that lucky, I guess, you know. And the game is tough. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I consider myself pretty damn good at video games, and this game is fucking tough. In any case, if you like this game or you like this video, go ahead and rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And this was day 37 of 365 games. I'm Restless Corpse. This was FTL, Faster Than Light, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.